Hello and welcome to the Marketing Mix. I'm flying solo this week and I'm talking about something that's close to my heart. I'm going to talk about email marketing for coaches. Now, I speak with loads of small business owners about email marketing, and today I thought what I would do is share some of my experiences as a coach because I rely heavily on my email list, but here's the thing. I don't think of my email list as a list, an email list. I look at it as businesses that I can help. And one of the things that really drives me in my business is how I can help small business owners, other small business owners. So I don't look at my subscribers as numbers. I want to build relationships with them. I want to support them. I want to support their use of email marketing. And yes, of course, I want to get sales. That's something that we all want to do as business owners. And that does happen, but I don't always overtly sell in my emails. Now, your email list will ebb and flow, which is a good thing. You're not looking at everyone staying on your email list for forever. But you don't need a massive email list of thousands. You don't. As a coach, someone who potentially works on their own, you don't need to have thousands of people on your email list. I've got just over 800. I've had a bit of a cull recently. And I've got just over 800 people on my email list. But the relationship bit is really important. I still have people on my email list that signed up in 2016 when I first started my business. And they've stayed with me because I work hard at maintaining that relationship. And yes, they have bought from me. Some of them haven't, and that's fine. I know that I'm potentially not for everyone financially. Maybe everyone can't afford to pay me to work with me or for me to do their emails for them. But they're there, and I like to give them value in all the emails that I send. And today I wanted to share 5 ways that I use email marketing for my business. So the first is welcome emails. I know this sounds a bit basic. You've probably got your own welcome emails, but this really helps me. And here's how. It kicks off my relationship with new subscribers. They know exactly what to expect before they sign up on my landing page, my sign up landing page. And then I reinforce it when they do. My welcome email gives me the opportunity to showcase my expertise right from the get-go. When someone joins, they get the option of they get an email, and in that email they get the option of choosing one or 2 gifts. Now, whichever they choose, I then send them information and education materials around that topic. They also understand how I will use their data. Only I have access to it, and they hear from me once a week. And this helps me reduce unsubscribes. It also helps me to achieve good open and engagement rates. Now, I've done this for a couple of years, and it's on my list to refresh this sequence. In the time that I've been running it, I've focused more and more on email marketing for service providers, so it needs updating. I'm also reevaluating what being in the Marketing Morsel Club gets you. That's what my email is called, the Marketing Morsel Club, because there has to be value and benefits for the people that sign up. Because remember, I'm not just trying to sell to them because I want to sell to them, but the main driver for me is to help them. Now, because I send weekly, my welcome series is quick. It's you sign up and you get 4 emails in quite quick succession. And I think the emails are about a day apart. If you send less frequently, say monthly, your welcome emails could be a week apart. But this is really important. It sets the scene for your relationship and how you're going to work with people. And of course, one of those welcome emails could include the services that you provide, the coaching services that you provide. There's no reason why you can't do that. It's entirely up to you what you put in these welcome emails. But look at them as a more of a get to know you and a way to really cement the fact that they've done the right thing by signing up to your emails. Okay. Now, I know I said I don't sell in my emails, but there is a way that I use to show how I can help people, and it's a featured section. I call it "How Can I Help You?" or "How I Can Help You." And in this section, I actually do list my services. Now, I use Constant Contact for my emails, and here's where they have this really clever thing that helps me out enormously. It's called dynamic blocks, and these blocks allow me to show content in that email to certain parts of my list. It's brilliant. I love it. I want to work with service providers, either coaching them or doing their emails for them. So using dynamic blocks, I can show those 2 services to anyone I've identified as a service-led business. And this feature saves me loads of time, because often it means I can send one email, but I've segmented the information. So today's email, for example, I was talking about how you can use images as content in your emails, how images are content in your emails. And that part of the email was the same for everybody, because everyone needs to know that same piece of information. But that featured section changed. It changed because I've sent one email, but it's got segmented information on it. Now, do the product businesses see nothing in this section? No. What they see are details about my email marketing planner and my online course, because I still want to help them. And quite often they are small makers that perhaps don't have the resources to take my coaching service or have me do their email marketing. But the email marketing planner is low cost, as is the online course. It's all self-service. They can use it as much as they want. They can come back to it. So, of course, I want to help them in some other way. Now, I'm sure this happens to you, but I also have a fair few competitors on my list, as well as people that I've labelled as influencers. And the dynamic blocks allow me to hide any content that I don't want them to see. So a featured section in my email that basically tells people what services I can help them with is a really good way to soft sell in the email. Now, if you don't want to have a featured section, I would recommend that every now and again you use a PS that leads people to a service. Okay, the third way I use email marketing is to follow up clickers. So people who have clicked on links in my emails, but not every link. I'm interested in those service providers who have clicked on either of my managed services, so the done for you email marketing, or the coaching from my featured section. So I have that featured section, and within that I have links to the service pages on my website. And so I want to follow up people who have clicked on that because they've shown an interest. They've been over to my website and had a look at the services. Now, again, Constant Contact helps me to do this because they have another clever feature called click segmentation. So I've set up my featured section so that anyone who clicks to visit my coaching page or my done for you email marketing page will get a set of follow-up emails. Anytime somebody clicks on that link, click segmentation does exactly what it says. Somebody clicks and they get segmented and they're popped into a different list. And they are then followed up with, it triggers an email automation. So they've shown interest in my services and I want to give them the opportunity to book some time with me. And because it's automated, it saves me time. Okay, who has time to look at everyone who's clicked on certain links to your website and then send them emails asking them to book a consultation with you? And they might not book off that first email. They might need a few goes. So if anyone does click on those links that I've specified, they get a different set of emails whilst my weekly email goes out. So I take them off the weekly email list, I remove them from the Marketing Morsel list to make sure they don't get overwhelmed by emails and that they're focused in on the service that they've clicked on. So I can send some messages like credibility building things like testimonials. I can, show them how I can help them with coaching. I can give them examples of emails that I've created. And in the last email of that automated series, I'll tell them that they'll start receiving the Marketing Morsel again. Now, I love this because it means that I can have a light touch with my subscribers. So whilst I have to build that automation, that takes a little bit of thinking. It takes a bit of time to build it. But once it's done and up and running, I don't have to worry too much about it because there's nothing in that automation that dates it, that makes it, time bound. It might go out of date. And as long as I keep delivering, I have those two services, the done for you email marketing and the coaching, that automation can run in the background. And I know that I am safe in the knowledge that actually I am following up people that are heading over to those two pages on my website. I love it because it just works. I love automation because it just works. Now, this is something that I've only recently implemented and I'm still evaluating how it works. But it's a great way for you to make sure that you follow up every single person that clicks on particular links in your email. Okay, the fourth way I use email marketing is to build credibility. So I know as a coach that people are not going to immediately buy from me from a sales email. I don't sell commoditized products that cost, that don't cost loads of money, and the barrier to purchasing them is very low. That said, I do think that my prices are very competitive, and you probably think the same of yours. But I need to prove that, number one, I know what I'm talking about, and number two, that I am competitively priced and that people are booking with me. So I need to show that I know what I'm talking about, my credibility. Now, of course, we all do that wherever and whenever we get the opportunity. But with your email list, you're building credibility with an already warm audience. They've signed up to receive your emails and they're hearing from you. So by warm, I mean they've already experienced and have, they've experienced you in some shape, way or form. Most of my sign-ups come from events. So I did a workshop this morning for Hillingdon Chamber. I haven't had a look, but I'm sure that quite a few of the people that attended have signed up for my email list. So they've experienced you. They're already warm to you, but you still have a little bit of convincing to do. So what can you include in your emails to achieve this? Well, I'm sure as a coach you speak at events. They don't have to be your own, but maybe you have your own workshops and webinars. Maybe someone asks you to speak at their event. They do that because they know you're an expert. And tomorrow I'm doing a webinar for MILSPO, which is a membership organisation for military spouses and partners that are running their own business. Now, Jess, who is the owner of that community, I've known her for quite a long time, and she's asked me to come and speak to her community about email marketing. She knows that I'm that expert that she wants. And if I was absolutely sure that I had military spouses and personnel partners on my email list, I would have done a separate little email to them to tell them about this event that I'm doing. I did exactly that for everyone that is on my list that I know lives in Hillingdon. I promoted this morning's event to them because it shows my credibility. It shows that people really value what I do and think that I'm an expert in my field. So it's important for you to be sharing the events that you're speaking at, not just your own events that you organise, but other people's events. Now, I'm not a great listener of podcasts, but they are a really brilliant way for you to show your expertise. And again, if you are going to be or have been a guest on a podcast, you want to tell your email list that. You want to make sure that they know and that they listen. If you've already recorded the podcast, put a link in your email. If it's something like this that's live, share that so that people can watch you live. This again shows that the people who ask you to guest on their podcast, they consider you an expert in your field. If other people think that you're that credible, you need to show that to your email list so that they see you as that credible expert as well. One of the other things that I love putting in my emails is blog posts. So I did that again today in today's newsletter. Part of my featured section, there's another section that is resources that will help my readers. And so in there, I've put a link to a blog post I wrote the other week even. It's about how female coaches can use email marketing. So just a more broader overview rather than how I specifically use email marketing. But why would I not put a link to that in my newsletter? I know there are some coaches on my email list. I haven't identified them all, but it's there for them to read. And again, that's showing my expertise. And when you're creating content, you need to make the most of it. You need to share it. And if you've written something in the past that's relevant, there's no harm in sharing it again. Only we recall the things that we have shared in our emails on social media. We're the only ones who know that we're repeating ourselves. Other people don't, and seeing it again and again is a good thing because they might not have seen it the first time, and sharing it again is a good thing. Just think about, I listen to the radio most of the day, like when I'm not doing events and stuff and I'm doing work, I've got the radio on in the background. And honestly, the amount of times that I've heard the same advert like 50 times in a day, but I probably am not like other people who listen to the radio while they're on the go. So they'll get in the car and they'll turn it on, and so they won't be listening to it all day. So don't feel like you can't share things again. And the last thing that you can share in your emails that build your credibility, of course, case studies and testimonials. Okay, You can tell people how good you are as a coach until you're blue in the face. Here's the thing. We are more likely to believe a stranger than we are to believe the person who owns the business. This is why things like TripAdvisor and FIFA and Google reviews, all these things are important, because we want to know what other people's experiences are. And case studies and testimonials let your clients do the talking for you. Okay, that you don't have to, you don't have to back up anything you say. You will have your client. They'll show their positive experience and the impact that you've made to your business. 2 weeks ago, I interviewed Matt Dyson from Rocket, who is a former coaching client of mine. And we talked about the things that he implemented, that we talked about during our sessions, that got him over 100 subscribers in his first week. In 5 months, he's up to 1,500 subscribers. And from his welcome emails, which included a discount, from his welcome emails, they've made over £20,000 in sales. Now, he said all of that, and there's some stuff on that interview which I need to cut up and reshare. He said some things that just even astonished me. And the main thing that came across me, I asked him if he hadn't have had 3 sessions, that's all he had with me. If he hadn't have had those 3 sessions, where would he be now? And he said he probably never would have started with email marketing. So those case studies and testimonials are really, really important. And it is good to share them with your email list. Okay. The last thing that I do is I use email marketing. For some reason, my camera has died, and my webcam, and that's interesting. So I use my email list to get feedback, and the way in which I do that is, we know as coaches, feedback is important for us to really make sure that we're running our business in a good way. It's an important part of running our business. This feedback can range from, feedback on your content. Is it helpful? All the way to maybe getting feedback on potential services that you're thinking of developing. And because your email contacts are warm contacts, they are more likely to give you feedback than complete strangers. Now, I know this because I send out a survey every year, or I create a survey every year to really help me understand the priorities for small businesses and what they want to do, what they want to achieve next year, so that I can help them. I can help them with content and various other ways. And I share that with my email list, and I share it on social media. And I always get the most responses from my email list. And this is because, and I know because people tell me, it's because they find my emails valuable. So when I have an ask for them, they deliver. But what if you want a quick bit of feedback? Well, I did that last month with my list. 4 times a year, I deliver a webinar just for my list. Only they get invited. And I wanted to know, rather than think of the topic myself or choosing a topic myself, I asked them what they want to learn about email marketing. Now, Constant Contact lets me add a poll straight into my email, and people vote. I gave them a list. I gave them an option of three topics that they might want to choose from. So that's right in the email. It's great because I get engagement, because people see something different in my email and they think, oh, that's good. I'm asking their opinion because I want to give them something that they want, so they feel like they've been consulted. So people vote on the option by clicking a button. And the reporting is right there in my email, so it saves me tons of time. I don't have to, use another tool to create a poll, to put it in my email, and then da-da-da-da-da. And I pick the most voted for topic. And because I do that, I get great registration numbers and I get great attendance numbers. So there you have it. That's 5 ways that I use email marketing as a coach that not only saves me time, it also helps me build credibility and find clients. Now, even though I've said that you don't have to have a massive email list to do what I'm doing and to get clients, you'll probably want to add people to your email list. And I've created an ebook to help you do just that. So I'm going to pop a link in the comments to that ebook, and you can sign up for that. And if you do, you will see a different automation, a different welcome sequence from me, because you've signed up for that specific thing. And then if you want to try some of the features that I talked about in Constant Contact, you can try them for 30 days for free. It costs nothing. You don't even have to put in your credit card details. There's a link in the comments there. Try it, and you can try the click segmentation and the dynamic blocks and see how that looks, and where how you can build a really lovely email. And if you want to have a chat about anything that I've covered today, pop me an email, and we can arrange some time. Okay, that's all I have time for today. And I wish you good luck with your email marketing. Like I said, if you want to have a chat, drop me a message or drop me an email and we can arrange some time. But I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.